make sure that I hit record.
Okay.
So, okay, the margin, it was about 71, 72%.
That's right.
Are you surprised by that at all?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. I thought it would be something like that. We knew it was going to be a big win.
Right.
And but we had to work it hard to get there.
Right.
This doesn't just happen. This is a big team effort. And Polk County Democrats were determined from the word go to be part of that team.
And you don't feel like it was overkill to do this much work for, that to end up winning by such a large margin?
You don't get a special election for state senate every day in your county.
Right.
And we were all but one precinct. Our county, Dallas County, helped out tremendously by having another precinct, but we had the rest of them. And we were going to try to knock it out of the park. And it's important to send a strong message that, you look at the history of West Des Moines, it has become a Democratic stronghold. It wasn't always that way.
No, certainly not.
Yeah, 20 years ago, different story.
Very much.
Well, we've seen that in suburbs. We've seen that in Urbandale. We've seen that in Johnston. West Des Moines maybe was the first place we saw that. And it is important to hold on to that. Not just celebrate it, but make sure that that continues and grows. Because if we're going to win this congressional seat, for example, we need every vote we can out of places like West Des Moines.
I was just going to ask about that. So do you view this as almost a dry run for your get out the vote efforts next fall?
Absolutely. And it's a dry run for the voters, too, who participated in this. Because they've seen what our effort is like. They see the door knockers. They get the phone calls. They know the effort's going to be made. They can see that the party cares.
And what do you feel like you learned from this that could help next year? Because as you say, these suburban precincts are going to be really important for all the races.
They are. I think one of the things that we saw is it confirmed our emphasis on absentee ballots. We've heard from some others in the party that absentee ballots aren't important. I think they're vital. And the proof is the Republicans are catching on to it too. We wanted to send a strong message tonight. And we did. We had a 1,500 vote gap coming into Election Day because of the early vote, most of which was absentee ballot.
And I've been encouraging people to vote early in person rather than by mail, but you're saying Democrats should not shy away from vote by mail, even with the compressed timeline that we deal with now.
No, do not shy away from vote by mail. Do not do that. That's giving up. We still have enough time to get this done. The period of time that we have is very equivalent to other states that still successfully use vote by mail. So yes, make sure you get your vote in the mail, probably at least a week before Election Day. Now, this time we were faced with holidays, right? And so it was even more important to get that vote in the mail more than a week ahead of time, and that's what we were encouraging people to do. But we made it a priority, and we followed up with these voters who asked for absentee ballots. They probably got sick of hearing from us, but we wanted to make sure that they got their ballots, that they filled them out on time, and that their vote counted. And tonight, they sent a strong message.
And so, do you have any idea roughly how many ballots? It seemed to me there weren't that many ballots outstanding. The last numbers I got from the Polk County Elections Office, but you may have more updated numbers than
They kind of scared us a little bit. The post office found a lot of ballots in the last couple of days. And I don't know how many were outstanding, but it is not a big number. It is still a very trustworthy way to vote. And if you look what happened in 2024, only a handful of ballots in a general election, a presidential election in our big county, only a handful of ballots came in after the deadline. There is no reason to give up on voting by mail. It is still a highly important source of votes for us.
Any other takeaways or things I didn't ask that you think are important for people to know?
I think they need to know that our candidate, Renee, worked extremely hard. She was out there every time that we sent out door knockers. She was part of that. She made phone calls. She was doing it today on the day of the election. She worked really hard. It takes a all hands on deck team effort to win elections. And that means the county party, that means the candidate, that means the candidate staff, the state party, everybody joining hands. That's what's going to make the difference next fall as well, because we are going to win this congressional seat, and we're going to do it because we're working together.
Bill Brauch, thank you for talking to me. Polk
betcha.
County Democrats Chair.